and greetings from the worldwide EndoMarch front lines. I'm Dr. Kamran Nejat, founder of the worldwide EndoMarch. More than 40 years ago, when I began my work as an endometriosis specialist, what patients were experiencing was routinely dismissed, reduced to just cramps or just a period problem. Even as our team reported decades ago that endometriosis was not merely a reproductive condition but a whole body chronic disease and potentially one of the most debilitating on the record, few in medicine or society were willing to believe it. Later, our research uncovered something even more heartbreaking, that this dismissal was not new, but part of a nearly 4,000-year pattern of discrimination across women and against the women. Centuries and centuries, women were labeled hysterical, unstable, and even witches. In truth, they were enduring severe pelvic pain and from a chronic condition. Yet even with this evidence, even with science on our side, progress remained painfully slow. The legacy of healthcare inequality was deeply embedded, locked in place by institutional inertia. What finally moved the mountain was unity. It was the united global efforts of EndoMarch and Endo warriors and advocates like you that broke the chains of centuries and ignited the global endometriosis and EndoMarch movement. Now, as we enter the 2026 and approach the 15th anniversary of worldwide EndoMarch, it is truly heartening to see how far this movement has grown. From a fledgling dream into a worldwide force for change to help women and young girls with endometriosis. Today we understand the true scale of this injustice. Endometriosis affected an estimated 400 to 800 million women worldwide. It is one of the most devastating and long neglected global public health crises of our generation. Ending this legacy is why we founded EndoMarch. To reclaim the truth, restore dignity, and ensure no patient is ever again told their suffering is imaginary or hysterical. Thanks to devoted volunteers worldwide, including the world-class leadership of teams like yourself and in your country, EndoMarch now has spanned over 80 countries and counting. From a single voice in the darkness, you have become a global force for change. From all of us in Team USA, we stand with you, we honor you, and we thank you for the hundreds of millions of young women and young girls whose voices are finally being heard. Together we are strong, but united we are unstoppable. Forward we go.
Казвам се Катерина Иванова и съм управител на фондация Ендометриоза и репродуктивно здраве, София, България. Аз съм пациент с ендометриоза и застъпник за по-добро здравеопазване за жените в България. EndoMarch е месецът, в който заявяваме високо: не е нормално да боли. И ние сме тук, за да дадем информация, подкрепа и надежда за жените с ендометриоза. Тази година организираме 2 пациентски конференции за ендометриоза, в които ще участват лекари, нутриционисти, психолози и други специалисти, за да предложим мултидисциплинарен подход и най-актуалните теми. Представяме 2 доклада, единия за женската болка, а другия за Gender Medical Gap в България и ще отправим конкретни препоръки към институциите за подобряване на грижата за жените. Събираме специалисти на кръгла маса, за да превърнем тези предложения в реални стъпки. Стартираме кампания с инфлуенсъри, за да достигнем до още повече жени и момичета. И работим с партньори за безплатни прегледи за аденомиоза и ендометриоза в цялата страна. През годината продължаваме да работим по проекта EndoGirl за менструално образование в училищата. Участваме в лекарски конгреси, за да дадем пациентската гледна точка. Подготвяме изложба с свидетелствата на жени, които са били пренебрегнати от системата. Тази изложба е част от проекта ни Писмо до лекаря, който не ме чу. Създаваме нови обучителни материали за пациенти и всеки ден подкрепяме жените с ендометриоза и аденомиоза. Нашето най-голямо постижение е общността ни. Жени, лекари, учители и самишленици, които казват ясно: не е нормално да боли. И в кабинета, и в класната стая, и в институциите. Целта ни за тази година е по-навременна диагностика, повече обучени тинейджърки, повече безплатни прегледи и реални политики, които признават и адресират женската болка. Присъединете се към EndoMarch. Гласът ви има значение.
Hola, mi nombre es Luz Marina Araki. Les hablo desde Colombia, en representación de la Asociación Colombiana de Endometriosis e Infertilidad, ASOCOEN, como fundadora, paciente y activista. Hace 14 años, en 2012, comenzamos con un pequeño colectivo de mujeres que estábamos cansadas de que nuestro dolor fuera minimizado. En Colombia, la endometriosis era invisible, el diagnóstico podía tardar años, el sufrimiento se normalizaba y nuestros derechos no estaban garantizados. Decidimos transformar el dolor en incidencia política. Después de años de investigación, recolección de datos, acompañamiento a pacientes y diálogo con el Estado, en 2023 logramos un hito histórico, la Ley 2338, la Ley Endometriosis Colombia. Esta ley reconoce la enfermedad como un asunto de salud pública y establece la obligación de campañas educativas, sensibilización y acciones institucionales. Pero una ley en el papel no es suficiente. Hoy nuestro trabajo se centra en la veeduría y en la implementación de la política pública. Participamos activamente en los espacios de construcción normativa y exigimos al Ministerio de Salud la reglamentación efectiva de la ley para garantizar diagnóstico oportuno, atención especializada y trato digno. Este mes de marzo, en el marco del mes de la endometriosis, ASOCOEN está desarrollando actividades en Ibagué, Bogotá, Medellín, Cali, Barranquilla, Bucaramanga, foros académicos, caminatas de sensibilización, encuentros comunitarios y espacios de incidencia que articulan pacientes, profesionales de la salud y tomadores de decisión. Nuestro mensaje es claro: ninguna mujer debe caminar sola, ningún dolor debe ser ignorado, ningún diagnóstico debe tardar años. EndoMarch nos recuerda que somos un movimiento global. Desde Colombia marchamos no solo por visibilidad, sino por transformación estructural y justicia en salud. Seguimos firmes, seguimos organizadas, seguimos marchando.
Cyprus is a small island in East Mediterranean Sea. In 2016, EndoMarch Cyprus kicked off, and since then, we have been working hard towards educating women about endometriosis, its symptoms, diagnosis, and treatment options. Endometriosis may cause no problem ever, but it usually affects quality of life, and sometimes so severely that women suffer more than anything else.
Ζω με ενδομετρίωση.
Μαθαίνεις να ζεις με τον πόνο. Από αυτήν υποφέρω.
Ύπουλη. Το σώμα μου δεν είναι εχθρός μου. Αξίζω φροντίδα.
Δεν είσαι μόνη. Θα την νικήσουμε την ενδομετρίωση.
We support worldwide EndoMarch, and we will continue to raise awareness and help women not only in March, but every day of the year.
Hello, my name is Iman. I am from Egypt. I am an endometriosis patient advocate. I have both pelvic and thoracic endometriosis. My journey with endometriosis is very long. It took me 2 years and 10 doctors to be diagnosed with my pelvic endometriosis, and 3 years with a countless number of doctors to be diagnosed with my thoracic endometriosis. I have a very aggressive form of thoracic endometriosis. I have both lung and diaphragmatic endometriosis. It destroyed my right hemidiaphragm and also my right lung, causing me a decrease in my forced vital capacity to be 60% only. I try to help Egyptian endometriosis patients by being a pharmacist and also an endometriosis patient through communicating them the endo specialists and also what to do in different situations and help them with their journey. Also, I dream of a day where we find a final treatment and radical treatment for endometriosis as a disease and not for the symptoms only. Sending love and greetings from the land of civilization, Egypt.
As a doctor, I meet women every day who have been living for pain for years together. In India, endometriosis affects millions of women. Yet, diagnosis is delayed between 7 to 10 years because both women and physicians normalize pain and dismiss it. These girls are missing school, women are missing work, and families are seeing them suffer every day.
Women's health should be a priority, and these are women who have shared their stories through a series of focus group discussions and other initiatives that we have at the Women with Wings initiative. These are 10 women who have shared their stories, and their stories are there to inspire other women who are suffering from endometriosis not to be silent but to come forward and speak about their condition, because unless you seek help, especially medical help, and go to the right doctor, you will not get your treatment on time.
We know that endometriosis is not just a period pain. It's an inflammatory disease that affects fertility, organs, and even mental health. Awareness and education can change this scenario, leading to early diagnosis so that we can intervene early, enabling women to make informed choices for their treatment. That is why we EndoMarch. That is why we stand by our women. And that is why we give science a human voice. Because their pain deserves my belief. And women deserve better.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world. Can I do it by myself? That's why I am asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Are you ready to help us? Are you ready to help Ruma ma'am?
In 2025, Endo Sisters East Africa Foundation hosted educational webinars on surgical recovery, pain management, menstrual and mental health, and support systems for our families. We partnered to launch movement programs tailored for hormonal health and chronic pain. And through these structured campaigns, we have gathered lived experiences that are now informing our advocacy work.
ever give up. Never ever ever give up, no. Never ever ever ever give up. Never ever ever give up. Never give up. Never give up. When gravity pins you down, find your feet, yeah, stand your ground. Set your eyes on the sky, stronger than you know. Tears coming to follow, like lightning and the rainbow, like darkness and the day shows. Yeah, the best is yet to come. So never ever ever ever ever give up. Never ever ever give up.
As we step into 2026, we are expanding our community engagement initiatives, spreading the yellow through awareness-driven campaigns. We are also introducing reflective writing projects within our community, deepening our work in mental health integration and advancing workplace and policy advocacy, because endometriosis is a chronic systemic condition that definitely deserves the recognition, accommodation, and informed support. We are also placing greater strategic focus on holistic nutrition and dietary education, recognizing the role of lifestyle support plays in the overall symptoms management and the quality of life of all endo warriors.
Endometriosis has been making a difference in the lives of Malaysian women since 2014.
This year, we will be continuing our efforts.
In EndoMarch,
we are stronger together.
Let's make a difference.
We are taking one day at a time
to create a better tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Leang Gendina Omanampala. I am from Namibia and I am an individual advocate. I was diagnosed with endometriosis 15 years ago. I am stage 4. Since diagnosed, I have undergone multiple surgeries and therapies just to find some kind of comfort. I struggle mostly with pain, fatigue, and nausea. Living with endometriosis has reshaped my life completely, and it has also made me a prisoner of my own body. Endometriosis has taught me how to use joy to mask my pain. The reason why I do EndoMarch is because I want to advocate for myself, educate, and I also want to be the voice of the voiceless that are going through the same as I am. And thanks to Ongwediva Medipark, the Run Along Foundation, friends and family, and the Oshana community at large for always being a helping hand whenever I do EndoMarch. Last but not least, I just want to say to all people out there that are suffering from endometriosis, know that we are warriors and that together we are strong. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Sneha and I'm an endo warrior.
My name is Janice. I am an endo warrior and endo advocate.
My name is Safiza. I am an endo warrior and recently trying to be more an advocate myself as well by supporting more awareness programs.
And also an endo advocate, trying to educate people and give my advices to my fellow friends and colleagues who are suffering from endometriosis.
Hi, my name is Harvey Young. I'm Elaine's husband. I'm the endo husband.
Hi, my name is Azdi. I'm an endo husband to my wife and also an endo caregiver.
I'm Prof. Wong Yok Fai. I'm a medical director of the Center for Endometriosis and Fibroids. I've been an advocate for endometriosis awareness and control for past 20 years or so. And I'm also a board member of the Asian Society of Endometriosis and Adenomyosis.
I think there is still a long way to go before endometriosis becomes a more commonly known women's health issue. I personally did not know about it until I was diagnosed. No one in my family knows about it. None of my friends knew about it. So you can imagine there's a lot more people who don't know about it than those who know about it.
Especially for young girls, right? If they've never heard of this condition before, they wouldn't know even where to start. And I think you want to plant the seed early, educate early, so that when they start having, period pain, having issues, then they might be like, oh, okay, maybe it's that, and then they can, well, it'll prompt them to do their own research. So I think it's, very important.
So I think the younger generation needs to know that if something is abnormal, they go to the right doctor, because the right doctor can treat you for the endometriosis. Of course, there are so many doctors available, but the right doctor can only treat the endometriosis. So I think the awareness should be made in such events like this. We create more awareness and tell the younger generation, if you have any issues, if you have any of the symptoms, go and get it treated right away instead of knowing it later and regretting when the endometriosis gets severe.
When we started off more than 10 years ago, I think the awareness was lacking, people didn't understand, but that has caught on. Now you've got volunteer supporters who are able to relate their experience. Awareness is so important. In fact, we've got to start early in the schools, dispel the myth that menstrual pain is normal, dispel the belief that menstrual pain is part of growing up, dispel the myth that menstrual pain will get better when you get married or you get children. Sometimes it just never gets better. And if you're going to wait until that point, then sometimes it's a bit late to address the problem. So my wish is that every patient gets seen, evaluated early, gets treatment options.
I think first and foremost is about the early detection. So it's really important you get yourself properly diagnosed over professionals, health professionals. And secondly, I think is the stigma that's been going around. Just these two is crucial enough so that the society can actually comprehend endometriosis better.
The more general public knows endometriosis, the easier for individuals to seek medical help and also receive appropriate treatment. This understanding can foster empathetic and supportive workplace and also society.
Your support is the lifeblood for non-profit organizations like ours. It's your unwavering encouragement that keeps us going. Your pain is valid, your experience matters, and your voice matters too. Do know that there is a community that would believe in you and is there to render assistance, and that is E for endometriosis. If you wish to volunteer with us, or if you would like to know more about endometriosis and the resources that we have, you can go to www.endosupport.sg or follow us at our Instagram, and that is E for Endo, and also our Facebook group page, Singapore Endometriosis Support Group. Whenever you are taking photos and you would like to render support to us, you just need to show our E sign using your right hand, this manner. Thank you everyone for your support, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Merhaba, ben Doktor Engin Oral.
Herkese merhaba, ben Doktor Nuray Bozkurt.
Merhaba, ben Doktor Seher Sarıkayalarlı.
Merhabalar, ben Doktor Salih.
Merhaba, ben Doktor Begüm.
Merhaba, ben Fatma Kitancı Gencer.
Herkese merhaba.
Herkese merhaba.
Herkese merhaba.
Selamlar herkese.
Mart ayı tüm dünyada endometriyozis farkındalık ayıdır. Biz de dernek olarak yaklaşık son 10 yıldır bunu kutluyoruz.
Ankara'da Endometriosis Adenomyozis Derneği, Gazi Üniversitesi Tıp Fakültesi ve GÜPÇAM ile birlikte 3 Mart'ta 75. yıl amfisinde endometriyozis farkındalık programı hazırladık.
28 Mart 2026 tarihinde Cumartesi günü Acıbadem Altunizade Hastanesi'nde endometriyozis farkındalığı ile ilgili bir aktivite yapacağız.
TOKİ Genel Müdürlüğü'nde kadın çalışanlara yönelik kadın sağlığı ile ilgili seminer vereceğiz.
Samsun'da endometriosis farkındalık ayında endometriosis hastalığıyla beraber pickleball turnuması ve aile hekimleriyle beraber endometriosis farkındalık toplantıları planladık.
Mart ayı endometriozis farkındalık ayı. Bu nedenle ben de İstanbul Kültür Üniversitesi'nde öğrencilere endometriozis farkındalığı için bir sunum yapacağım.
Sağlık çalışanlarını bilgilendirmeye yönelik Gazi Osman Paşa Eğitim Araştırma Hastanesi'nde farkındalık oluşturma amacıyla bir konferans düzenledik.
Eğitim araştırma hastanelerinde, devlet hastanelerinde çeşitli bilimsel aktiviteler düzenleyeceğiz. Aynı zamanda halkla söyleşiler düzenleyeceğiz.
Mart ayında endometriosis konusundaki farkındalığı arttırmak ve kadın sağlığına dikkat çekmek için çeşitli etkinlikler yapacağız.
Biz de hastanemizde endometriosis farkındalık aktiviteleri Mart ayında gerçekleştireceğiz.
Hi, I'm Emma Cox, Chief Executive at Endometriosis UK. And March is Endometriosis Action Month, and we need to see action to really improve the lives of those with endometriosis. I would like everyone to know the word endometriosis, what it means, and how to pronounce it. And the reason for that is unless people know what the disease is, we have to explain it to them before we can even get over what the issues are, what the challenges are that people face, and to government what changes we want to do. So the one thing I'd like to do is to ensure that endometriosis becomes a household word.
For me, Endometriosis Action Month symbolises connection. It's a reminder to all of us that we're not alone fighting this battle.
I feel seen and heard. I feel important, happy, excited, more confident, and especially strong. Thank you.
Hi guys, Lacey Martin here. Endometriosis month is happening in March, and I just want to express how the word I feel about it is passionate. I'm so passionate about, spreading as much awareness as I can, helping other people, educating them, helping people look out for the signs, the symptoms, and just raising as much awareness we can. So let's get together and spread as much as we can.
Hello, good day to my endo sisters, advocates, clinicians, and allies around the world. My name is Milka, a nurse, educator, a woman who lived more than 3 decades with endometriosis. When I started attending endometriosis conferences and connecting with endometriosis experts, it led me to volunteer work in endometriosis awareness and education. That opened doors for me to speak at schools, gatherings, and events. Along the way, I met women who were confused after surgery, women who were desperate for answers, and I realized that education alone was not enough. We needed structure, we needed connection, we needed system of support. From that need, the Endometriosis International Support Network was born. Our goal was to bridge the gap between women and their families to endometriosis care experts. We started a group in Asia, particularly in the Philippines. Mabuhay! There are more than 300 leaders, advocates who were starting educational forums, awareness campaign, providing patient navigation support, and building bridges between patients and professionals. My story started in pain, but today we are standing united with EndoMarch. Together, we are transforming suffering into hope. We're inviting you to join us at EndoMarch. Mabuhay!
Hi everybody, my name is Chelsea Hardesty and I am from Team Colorado and I am also a research assistant. I am here to share some exciting news from the year. Our collaborative team started walking directly into rooms where decisions were made. We carried documented evidence and patient data. In New York, we shared the lived experiences through art, storytelling, and testimony. We even brought those experiences into academic spaces, challenging outdated narratives. Together, through self-preservation,
this year, we helped change federal language on endometriosis. For the first time ever, it's being recognized federally as a chronic systemic inflammatory disease. That happened because patients showed up to places like this.
Policy and research without lived reality makes it all incomplete.
This is what EndoMarch represents. Not just awareness, not just a day, but sustained, coordinated pressure that changes systems. And we're just getting started. Forward we go.
I EndoMarch because awareness leads to action, and action leads to change. For nearly 16 years, I have lived with the debilitating impacts of endometriosis. 12 years of a delayed diagnosis, chronic pelvic pain, inflammation, fatigue, and let's not forget the emotional turmoil associated with feeling unseen and unheard. I stand today in solidarity with girls and women worldwide who are overcoming the fight against endometriosis. Amazing organizations such as EndoMarch are creating spaces for conversations to invoke change. This March, let's help and ensure other women and girls overcoming the fight against endometriosis keep going, receive early detection and intervention, and are seen and heard. It is time for action. It is time for change.
Hi, I'm Christy. I'm a women's health nurse practitioner as well as an advocate, and I EndoMarch because endometriosis needs to be known across the globe. So many women are affected with the disease, and yet a lot of women suffer in silence for years and just don't know what to say, or they think that their symptoms are normal. And this March, we need to bring awareness to men, women, everyone. So just the world knows that endometriosis exists, that it's important, and that women need to be heard.
Hi EndoMarch community, I'm Nicole Notar, founder of Endo Excision for All, and I'm joining you from New Jersey.
Hi, I'm Jamie, joining in from Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm Kylie Rock, speaking from New Hampshire.
I'm Kayla Savino, joining from Puglia, Italy.
I'm Jackie Lenz, and I'm joining from California.
I'm Sophie Slutsky, based in New York.
I'm Vanina, calling from Cyprus.
We EndoMarch to demand better standards of care.
We EndoMarch for the millions of women who've been dismissed, misdiagnosed, and left without answers.
We EndoMarch because endometriosis is a serious whole body disease, and awareness alone is not enough.
Excision surgery is recognized as the gold standard treatment for endometriosis, yet access to it remains deeply inequitable worldwide.
Too many patients are forced to navigate barriers based on geography, insurance coverage, or cost. Barriers that should never exist.
As a board, we represent different backgrounds in different regions, but we are united in our commitment to patient-centered and evidence-based care.
We believe education, policy change, and advocacy are critical to improving outcomes for everyone with endometriosis. We EndoMarch to ensure patients are believed.
And we EndoMarch so future generations don't have to fight the same battles.
To the EndoMarch community around the world, we see you and we stand with you.
Together, our voices are stronger.
We are Endo Excision for All, advocating for a future where every person with endometriosis has access to the care that they deserve.